Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode. We're the Road to Glory podcast. I'm Juliet.
And I'm Cecilia, and today's episode will be a little different from our previous episodes because basically what we're doing will be rating most of the different liveries we have in the feeder series from F2, F3, and F1 Academy today.
Yeah, we felt like trying a new style, so please let us know if you like these types of episodes. Because there is no feeder series this weekend, we wanted to do something a little bit different, and there are so many different liveries. So we'll be going through most of them.
Yeah, obviously there are a lot of drivers that are associated with an F1 team, so they have like a Williams livery or a Mercedes livery or stuff like that. We won't be rating those because then we could be sitting here for ages, literally.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll be looking at like the core feeder series teams liveries essentially, and for F1 Academy, the bigger brand sponsors liveries that we have there.
Yes.
It will be interesting to see if we agree because we've talked a lot about like very much sharing the same brain sometimes.
Yes.
So
It'll be interesting to see because, like, obviously, because we watch feeder series, so we kind of know the liveries. So I already have like an idea of like some liveries that I do not like. So I'm very
no.
very interested to see if you agree with me or not.
Yeah, it will be. But yeah, I guess we should just jump straight into it. Starting with Invicta Racing.
You know, I really like the yellow. She
Mm.
stands out on track. There is no one like her as well. So you can't even get confused. So for that, I
Yeah.
give her like a clap, you know? She's different.
Yeah. She deserved the recognition for trying to be something else. Like she's not like the other girls.
No, she's not. And I also, because Invicta is a watch company, I'm pretty sure, I really
Yeah.
like the watch design that they have on the
Mm.
back of it.
True. That's a nice touch to it, a nice
Yeah.
detail. And also like you're not confused about what team the car is when you see
No,
like the bright yellow. Like
you
you
know that's
know.
Invicta.
Exactly. And also like I kind of miss having a yellow car in F1. Like I feel like there's something missing. Like bring back the
Exactly.
yellow.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I love the yellow. It's so bright on track.
Yeah, I agree. As for rating, I'm actually not sure how I would rate it from 1 to 10. What are you thinking?
Like, I like the design, but like
Mm,
if I was choosing other ones are more like aesthetically pleasing, like this is just like pretty much yellow. It's got a little bit of black,
mm,
but it's just like yellow. You know, we're not.
yeah.
I know it's their brand, so I feel like I give it a 7 out of 10 because I like her. I do, and she has her uniqueness, but there are better ones out there.
Yeah, I agree with that. I stand on that too because I would say it stands between like a 6 and a 7 for me,
Yeah,
maybe a 7 because I like the yellow. So
yeah,
like
yeah.
since it is yellow, that grades it up. So yeah, a solid 7 out of 10, I would say as well.
Okay, should we
Yeah.
move on to Campos? Who, I
Yep.
mean, we don't actually get to see Campos because I
Campos
quite
is always
like
Red Bull.
Camp. We always have a Red Bull livery, and like okay, the Red Bull livery, you know, it's iconic, and
Mm.
but I just, it's a bit boring because they never change it either.
It's true. Obviously, the only like real Campos delivery we have is like down in F3. Like there we get to see like the white kind of Spanish of the red and orangey details. Like
Yeah.
I do like that, honestly.
Me
Yeah.
too, because it's very
Yeah.
like them, you know, even with their
Mm.
like logo and they bring that into on their car. I like the
Yeah.
design. I like the white. I like the black. It screams Campos to me, but we just don't
Mm.
get to see that in F2 because
No.
supported by
It
Red
would be
Bull.
nice. Yeah, it would be nice if we got like a driver that doesn't have like the F1 team livery on the car because it's been a while in F2 since we've seen like the actual Campos livery.
Campos.
Like it was,
I wonder
yeah,
if they miss it themselves.
yeah, like the loss of identity.
Yeah, they're
Completely.
like, who are we? We're becoming like a Red Bull Junior team, pretty much.
Yeah, yeah, but just to like what we feel about Campos livery, like as the white, black
Okay,
details
if
of
we're going on like the
orange, red.
white and the black, I
Mm,
like it. I'm gonna go an 8 out of 10. It's not my
mm,
favorite,
no.
but I do like it a lot.
Yeah, I agree because it is more, in a sense, aesthetically pleasing than
Yes.
Invicta was, for example. So
Yes.
like if I gave Invicta like between a 6 and a 7, I would say it has to be higher. So obviously it has
Yeah,
to be somewhere around an 8, I guess.
that's what I was
It's
thinking.
well then. Yeah, exactly. And moving on this next team to MP, which is obviously Dutch team. Orange is the national color.
Now we go back to that, like Invicta, where that orange, she really stands out on
Mm,
track.
true.
It's an MP.
You know it's
Um,
her.
I mean, we only actually have one of them in F2
Mm,
because
yeah.
we have Oliver Goethe, who's got the Red Bull livery on. So we only
Mm.
have Richard's car. Orange is not my. I, I'm not
As a
McLaren,
McLaren fan saying orange is not my color.
but it's a different orange as well. I quite like
Yeah, true.
papaya, but
Mm,
it's orange is not necessarily my favorite
yeah,
color. I've actually had to
yeah,
grow to like it.
yeah. It's
Controversial.
complicated.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
have it. We have history. Okay.
yeah. Also, just with like how you classify the McLaren color, because obviously we all know it's papaya, but like I can't help but remember back to like when Will Buxton had nothing to talk about in preseason testing in F1 one year, where
Yeah.
he like really got into the deep end of explaining if you
Like
search up like papaya color, it's not the McLaren
no,
color actually. So conflicting thoughts
it
on
is.
what is this
Yeah.
orange?
So
Yeah.
I feel like I have a conflicting relationship with MP because I like how it stands. What do you think of MP? Please let me struggle.
I don't know. What do I think of MP? Honestly, I feel like it's okay, but it
Mm,
could do better.
mm,
Because as you say, obviously it's a lot of orange, like a very orange.
yeah.
Um, I've been brainwashed by McLaren, I feel like, to just like orange.
Same.
Uh, yeah, but as a livery, I do prefer yellow to orange, so I think if
Mm,
I had to rate the MP livery, I would give it a 6 out of 10, to be honest.
yeah, I'm going like 6.5 because I like how much it
Mm,
stands out on track. It
true.
gets that, but it just
Yeah,
personally, it's not my favorite.
no. So, we're sorry, MP. We do like you, but maybe change around the livery a little. Maybe try
Yeah,
another
I
orange. I
don't
don't
know.
know.
Something is not working with my brain.
No. So, unfortunately, we are around like 6, 6.5 out of 10.
Yeah.
Which is kind of unfair, to be honest, because giving Campos a pretty high rating, I do give them a lot of, not hate, but like criticism for like not being able to tell them apart from other
Yeah.
white cars, but
Yes.
but still, they
But
are
their
pleasing
design is
to look at.
nice, at least.
Yeah, exactly. And moving on to like completely other color scheme being Hitech TGR, which is obviously the silver car.
I love the silver. I love it.
Mm,
And I like
yeah,
how unique it is. No one else has silver. They stand out for that.
sure.
Um, they can get a little bit like lost on track because they also have a little bit of red and black.
Mm,
So I feel like it's not. The design is also
mm,
like, I feel like with a lot of feeder series cars, they kind of like follow a similar design but just change colors.
true.
Kind of like black,
Yeah.
it's got like. But I
Yeah,
really,
how
I
how
do.
to make the cuts between the colors is like similar. It's
Exactly.
like
They
yeah.
seem to have a similar aesthetically pleasing vibe, which, I quite like it.
Mm,
I don't know, I feel
I
like the
agree.
red feels a little bit out of place.
Mm, yeah, slightly, because like silver and red in general
They
don't
don't.
match that well.
No, I like the black and the silver.
Yeah, I honestly agree on that. I don't actually know if there's a reason why it's red,
I don't
because
know because
the
like
logo isn't like red. Maybe it's just
no.
like, oh, that's a nice racing color. I don't
Yeah, and
know.
they're like, we want to stand out.
Yeah, honestly, maybe the red is ruining it a bit. I'm also
Yeah.
like looking at the F3 high-tech car right now, and
Maybe
yeah,
the
it's like
red
the
is from a
same.
sponsor though.
Yeah,
I feel like this is kind of a hard one to rate. I need to like think back on my other ratings.
we had to like write down a
No,
whole.
literally.
Yeah,
I feel like I might give High Tech a 7.5.
yeah. I feel like high-tech could. It has the potential with the silver
It
to be
has a
really
lot of
good.
potential.
Yeah, but also like me being, I was just me being a Mercedes girly, literally sitting in a McLaren shirt, but I'm also like a McLaren girly. But number one Mercedes girly, I do
Yeah.
obviously like silver. It's beautiful on the silver arrows, but I
Yes.
will
This is a
say,
different silver though.
yeah, exactly. That was what I was about to say, because I feel like they could have really like hit the spot and gone up in my ratings if it was
Mm.
more glossy silver, like a
Exactly.
shiny
It's not
silver.
shiny. You can't look.
No.
It's like matte.
Yeah, exactly. And that ruins it because obviously something about the human brain, we're attracted to like shiny, glittery stuff. Yeah, like a bird or something, essentially. So, yeah, bird brain wants more shiny on the high tech.
Really, I really do.
Yeah, so for me, it's honestly, it's kind of boring to be completely honest, but not bad looking. So
Yes.
I'll say like I'll land on a 7 out of 10. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, high tech, but you can do better. I
Yeah.
know you can.
Yeah.
Just make it more shiny, and we're there.
Exactly.
We've
Shiny,
made it
and
a
we
long
will
way.
love you.
Yeah. And then on to what we have spent way too much time talking about the last couple of episodes.
Ugh.
And I feel so sad because now that I go into the F2 website and press on Prema
Why is it
Racing,
that one?
it is still Sebastian's Mumbai Falcons livery that's there.
I
Like,
literally
why?
don't understand it.
No, we had the Prema livery in the start of season, and I do get that obviously driving in the Middle East, they drove with the Mumbai Falcons
Yeah.
livery. But can we just reverse to
And
the
do they
normal
need to
Prema
change
livery?
it on the website? Because that feels very
Yeah,
like final, you know?
yeah, that's what scares me. Like, is she here to stay? Because
And
obviously we talk, yeah, with the blue, very like color blocking with blue, green, whites, and then the orange, which could have been red, and then it would honestly have been better, but
yeah, why? I
with
guess
the
it has
halo,
is probably orange for like their colors, and
yeah, with the sun thing.
they've kept the same design as the
Mm,
Prema OG livery. They've just
mm,
changed colors around to fit with that,
yeah,
but it doesn't work the same.
it does not
It
work.
doesn't work.
No, because honestly, yeah, you can tell that it's the complete same like color blocking method with like
Yeah,
one color then a like white line next
and then
color.
another little block.
Yeah, exactly. But it's not the same. Like it
No.
doesn't fit because Prema, we've talked to lengths about this, but it's the most iconic livery with like the very Italian colors because it's an
Oh,
Italian team. We
it's
love
so
her.
aesthetically pleasing. I love the red, the white, and the green. It's just
Yeah,
the best.
it
It's
is so
so nice.
perfect.
And
Mm.
then I also think the blue is it, and it doesn't stand out in track when it's like this.
No,
When it's the
I.
Mumbai Falcons.
It's just not the same.
No.
And we need Sebastian Montoya to drive in the like OG Premier Livery because in F3 we also only have one driver in the Premier Livery because the other drivers are McLaren juniors. So like not mad about the McLaren livery, but I
No.
need the Premier Livery as well.
I
But
mean, if we're gonna rate off of Prema livery though,
yeah,
like OG Prema livery.
mm,
Oh,
honestly, I am so close to just wanting to give it a 10 out of 10
I know,
because
I was thinking 9.5.
yeah, yeah, it's really close to a 10.
It's
So
almost like but if I'm thinking, what would I
yeah,
change about it? I
yeah,
wouldn't change.
no.
So
Like
maybe it's a 10
she's
out of 10.
perfect. I
Is the
honestly feel
Prema
like
livery a 10 out of 10?
is it a 10 out of 10? Maybe it is. I feel like out of all liveries, this is just so iconic and really good looking as well.
Yeah.
And like really like a strong identity around the team.
Exactly.
Across different series as well, obviously with Prema joining IndyCar this season too.
Yeah.
Like keeping to that.
When you see that livery, it's Prema, you know? And I feel like
Yeah.
that's quite hard for a feeder series team to establish such a dominant and be in so many different series. Like, Prema is such a big team, you know?
I definitely agree. I'm just gonna give it a 10 out of 10.
Yeah,
to being honest. But if we should rate the Mumbai Falcons livery, honestly, it will be the worst so far. I don't even know why, but
I don't either. I have beef with this livery for absolutely no reason.
No, because I feel like if it was just the blue and the green, I would be fine with it, to be honest. But it's the orange. But I know, like, part of the logo, but it's the orange that ruins it.
It's the orange that throws me off.
Yeah, I'm so sorry, Mumbai Falcons, but
if you had to rate it, what would you give it?
Honestly, just because we've talked it down so much in my brain, it has to be at least below a 5, like a 3 out of 10 maybe. But I feel like that's harsh. Yeah, 4 is probably nicer to give it. To be honest,
I just don't like it.
No, please, Prema. When we are in Imola, on your home track, please bring back iconic Prema.
We have to have OG Prema back. Bring her back.
Yes, this is an official petition to bring back the Prema livery. Now.
Sign here.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, moving on to Dam's Lucas Oil, which honestly I really like.
I love Dam.
The blue, yeah.
I love her so much. I love the light blue. The baby blue on it is so pretty. And also, what Dams does, which a lot of teams don't do, is they have like a different pattern also throughout it.
I was about to say that.
On the front wing, on the top of the car, they have the two different blues next to each other in like lines. And it's like funky. I really like her.
I really do as well. And also because the colors, the way, obviously it's only 2 colors, like a light blue and a dark blue, but like the way they are put together is not similar to like the other teams. I don't feel like they don't go for like the complete same kind of
yes, they've not done that like 3 different colors. They have like slash. Really like her.
Yeah, and I love blue. So honestly, I feel like if besides Prema, this is probably one of my favorite liveries.
Same.
Yeah, and also now I'm looking at like I believe it is Jack Crawford's car I'm looking at right now. All the sponsors being like very nice and white and nothing like going right at you.
Different colors. If they were different colors, I wouldn't like the car as much. But just keeping it white is very aesthetically pleasing.
It really is. I really love that. Honestly, since I gave the Prema livery a 10 out of 10, I will. But then again, it's difficult because would I change anything about this? And I'm honestly not sure. But it's not quite a 10, so I might give it a 9 out of 10.
I'd also give it a 9 because it is a tiny bit busy.
Yeah.
A little bit, like it's not as clean as the Prema livery is. No. But I really like it a lot.
I definitely agree. And obviously we also have like the same livery in F3. Yes. Where it looks very nice as well. But yeah, only, is it 2 of the drivers? Yeah, 2 of the drivers in F3 have like the Dams. In F2, we also only have it like on one of the cars, always being Jack's. Yeah. Because Chris Marnie is an Alpine junior still. But like, so obviously he has the Alpine livery, which is also quite nice.
I'm curious how teams choose, because obviously Kush was at Invicta last year. And he was supported by Alpine, but he just had a back wing or whatever you call it that said Alpine, and the rest of it was normal. So, and now this year he's fully Alpine. So how do teams choose I'm sure they say like we want this amount of representation on your car or whatever, but their backs just look the same. So I don't know how that gets
Yeah.
decided.
No, because normally I would assume it was the F1 team that decides it, but
Yeah,
obviously last year with Alpine, we did have like a full Alpine livery for Victor. So it doesn't
but
make any
then
sense to me.
yeah, I really don't understand it either. I mean, this year all of the teams that are backing, they all have full liveries.
Yeah. But it also talking about teams that don't have their own liveries in F2, we have ART, since
Which are just they're gone. Bye bye.
yeah, like we had one race where Victor wasn't part of an F1 team, so we had the like OG black and red ART
Yeah.
livery, which we also still have in F3. And I honestly really like the like real ART livery. It's just not very often we get to see it.
No, we don't. I like that they've gone for just pretty much two colors. They're like, okay, we're black and red because that is
Yeah,
what they are, you know.
yeah,
And then
exactly.
the writing in white, which is nice.
Agree.
And they've also
100%
got
agree.
like they're mainly black, but then the red bits are placed very nicely, like on the front wing, and then they've got like on the side pod. So like I like where they were going with this.
Yeah, I agree.
It's not one of my favorites. Like it's not like
No,
I like it.
no, we're not obsessed with her. It kind of looks like it wants to be an F1 car where they think they can't have any color on it because it is
They're
majority
saving
black.
white. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Which is like obviously not the same thing in F2 and F3, but it kind
No.
of looks like that, to be honest. Like
It does.
could have been more red, but
Yeah.
no. Yeah, I like it. I feel like it's aesthetically pleasing. Don't have too much to say about it, honestly. Maybe
No.
like a 7.5 or an
I was
8 out of 10.
gonna say 7.5 as
That's,
well. I was sitting
we
on a
agree.
7 and then I was like, no, 7.5. It's quite
Yeah,
it's
I feel like 7 is a bit harsh because it is a nice looking livery.
yeah.
And then, obviously, we have Rodin Motorsport, which from the side still looks very black, but they have
Yeah.
obviously changed it to be more white appearing because the front is white. It's
I
very
really
basic
like
livery.
I really like the Rodin livery because
Yeah.
it feels Rodin, you know, because I mean if you're
Mm.
looking at their logo and their name, you know, it's white and black, which is what their car is.
Yeah. True, like it fits
It
with
fits the
obviously
vibes.
Rodin. Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
And it's nice looking. Again, a lot of black, but it looks it looks good on track. And like
Yeah,
for the most
it
part you can tell it apart.
yes, it does kind of feel the same. It feels worse than the ART in the sense that they just forgot to put some stuff on it
It's true, like it's
with
just
black.
very much black. From the side I feel like
From the
it
side,
looks
it's bad.
worse.
Yeah.
It's really bad from the side. From the front I prefer it way more when you do
Yeah.
it from the front.
Yeah.
And obviously it makes sense because it's not that often you see it from the side
No.
anyway.
Yeah.
And also like in F2 again we only have it on one car because Alex Dunn obviously has the McLaren livery.
Yes.
And in F3 it's all the cars that's like Rodin, right?
Yeah.
I feel like
Yeah, they're all Rodin. None of them are backed by anyone.
no. Honestly I kind of that this is where I kind of like the F3 version of it more because I don't know which drive am I looking at? I'm looking
Sharp.
at yeah Louis Sharp's
Yeah.
car. He doesn't really have any sponsors it seems, so he just has like Rodin Motorsport as like sponsor kind of thing. So like the logo of Rodin Motorsport with like the man
What is
sitting.
it? That's what
What is this man? Like I know it's the Rodin like I don't know something logo. I kind of like that it's there
what
just because it
I'm
makes it different.
is it a I
Like
thought it was a man, but now I'm thinking is it a bird?
no way is it a bird. Like if it's a bird, I've looked wrong at this for
I
like
don't know.
years. Rodin, what is your logo?
Louis, please tell us what this is.
Yeah, Louis, please hit us up. Let us know what is this.
I'm so confused. Is it a man or is it a bird?
Okay, this has to be like one of the things you will like see, like with the dress. Is it
Yes,
blue
like
or
an
is it like
illusion.
white? Yeah, because I see it like as a man. That's what even is this? What is he doing? I don't even like leaning forward, kind of. But
I'm crashing out over this now because it's so.
so pole is the Rodin logo. A man, a bird, or something else entirely. Like, oh, we're stupid here.
Imagine it's not even.
Louis, let us know. Please comment on this.
Somebody
What is
tell
the
us.
Rodin logo?
Rodin, can you please inform?
I also like Rodin used to be like completely black, so I kind of do respect them for adding the white. Like, it does look nice. I will say that brings up my rating for sure.
Yeah, I agree, because the black, it just kind of disappears.
Yeah, if we should rate it, I honestly do really like it, but it is very simple. So I'm kind of conflicted on what
Me
to
too.
rate it. Seeing it from the front, I would honestly give it like an 8.5, but seeing it from the side, I will lower the rating to like.
I'll give it an 8. Yeah.
Yeah, from the side, I don't like it as much, but I do appreciate they added the white this year.
Yeah, I agree.
So it's
It makes it
completely
a bit. It makes it better.
Yeah, honestly, we've been yapping too much, so we have to move on.
Yeah. Then
to the
we go
AIX livery.
to my favorite livery ever.
Ooh.
I hate this livery. I'm
Yeah, I was just about to say hot take if this is someone's favorite livery.
I'm so sorry. Who came up with this livery idea?
Yeah, I feel like where it all comes falling apart is the fact that AIX apparently like has that neon green. Just kind of ruins it for me.
Okay, if they wanted to go with that route, why did they choose this bronzy browny color as their main color? It's
no, because it
horrible.
it used to look way better because it used to be more of like a very like shiny kind of copper bronze color, but now it just looks more brown, which ruins it.
What is the pattern they have on the back half of the car?
I have to mention this. I have like a funny moment. Last time I saw the AIX car, and that is all of a sudden I realized why I feel like the car looks familiar, and it is because that in Denmark we have this chocolate thing that very much looks like the AIX car to me. I hope I'm not insane. Like, I have to find the picture comparison, and like
so funny.
it's so random. And also, just to make it worse, the chocolate is called in Danish a skildpadde, but that means turtle. So like, it's a turtle. But like, I have comparison pictures. I had to like, I literally took them like last week or whenever F2 was on. This is a picture of the turtle.
Because
like,
of
can
the
you
pattern.
see with the pattern? Yeah, and like the kind of brown, copper-ish color.
Literally. I wonder if that inspired the AIX designers. Maybe there was a Danish person on the team that designed it.
We don't know. We have to make it a turtle livery to really go fast. Because that makes sense. No, but like that really weird.
No offense to AIX, because you know, I don't mind you as a team. I just really don't like your livery. Like, if you went with this neon green, don't have this. The colors do not match.
Please don't. No, I feel like
what was the point of that weird pattern? If you took that off, it would be better.
I honestly agree. So our suggestion to you, AIX Racing, please just make the car neon green, because why not? Honestly.
Yeah. If I had to rate it, I'm giving it a 2. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's harsh.
I don't like it at all.
No, I'll give it a 3, only because I think it's funny that it reminds me of that chocolate
Turtle.
turtle. Yeah, turtle. Because like it has kind of the same things going on for it. If they just like made the lines more gold,
Yeah.
perfect. Yeah, really. Oh God. Moving on to at least one of our favorites now, which is Trident.
I love Trident. I love,
Yeah.
love, love. Maybe it's a thing with me and Italian teams.
Yeah, true. That's
Because I
something.
love their liveries. I
Yeah,
think the colors work together. It's very shiny as well.
it is.
And I love when it's on track. The colors almost like blend together. I don't know, like I saw like a helicopter view on one of the races of the Trident car, and it was just chef's kiss.
Yeah, and honestly, it looks so beautiful. Um, Again, with it very much being a strong identity of Trident, with
Yeah.
it being their colors, obviously with the blue and the red and the white, it goes very well. Obviously, when it, I don't know how the lines go, it just
Yeah.
look nice. It's not as color blocking kind of thing as many other teams,
No.
which I do appreciate.
Yeah.
I will say that Trident is one of the teams where it kind of depends on what driver, how good it looks, because I
Mm.
do appreciate in F3 that you can easily tell the difference between the cars, but I will say that Rafa Camara's green sponsor kind of does ruin delivery, but you can't, it makes it easy to see that it's Rafa, but it makes the car not look that great, honestly.
Yeah.
Again with the neon green.
It's just maybe we just don't like neon green with other colors.
With other colors, no, because it is very in your face. So like I
Mm.
feel like I do like neon green. I
Mm.
love Fred Vesti's helmet, showing
Yeah.
right there. But what makes neon green work? Obviously, Fred gets it, but it is has to go with black and white or gold. Like that color combination really works. Putting
Yeah.
it on like a brown car or like a up against the blue on a Trident, it doesn't work.
Yeah.
But obviously that's not Trident's fault. So not looking at
No.
reference
So
livery, just looking at yeah, the normal
if
one.
I'm rating just like the Trident livery, I'm going a 9. I really like her.
Yeah. I would give it a 9.5, I feel like, because
Wow.
it is very pleasing to look at. I really do like it. And you're not questioning what team you're looking at, like
No.
with the obviously a lot of white and black going on in other teams. Like
Yeah.
really do like Trident. And then on to the final F2 team, which has also been staring too much on black because
Yeah.
that's then Amersfoort Racing. I feel like I
Yes.
just pronounced that wrong, but you all get what I mean.
Yeah, we
Oh,
know.
yeah,
VAR.
obviously a Dutch team as well, so they do
So
have
they've
the
got their
orange thing going.
yeah, they've got their orange.
Yeah,
I do appreciate that they tried to be different with their placement of orange.
yeah, I agree.
There's just
It's not
quite a lot of black.
true. It really is. It's honestly really much when you look at MP versus VAR, it is
Yeah.
very clear that I just like reversed it, kind of like obviously with MP having like black details and then like VAR just being like, oh, orange details to
Yeah.
like, because they can't be the same. Like imagine if they had both been orange
You
teams.
know what? I would have
No,
preferred Van Amersfoort if they were white and orange.
that could honestly be
Because
something.
I feel like the black's just a bit boring.
I agree.
And a lot of them just have mainly black.
Mm,
So, and their logo that I'm looking at right now has white
mm,
and orange. So, like,
yeah,
you could have stood out.
yeah. Top tip to VAR, try and make the car white and
Yeah.
orange. That would
Imagine
honestly look
they
very
change it.
nice.
I would be like, that's because of
Yeah,
me.
that was because you said it. They listened to
Yeah.
you specifically.
Yep.
But
Because they definitely listen to our podcast.
obviously, who doesn't?
If you're
But yeah,
not, what are you doing?
yeah. Honestly, the only thing I really, really like about the VAR livery is that they have like the logo of the VAR kind of
On the,
on the
yeah,
on the
on the
thing.
back, like,
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm forgetting what things are called right now, apparently, but on the thing.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah, I really like that.
if I'm rating it, I don't know. This is a tricky one because
Yeah.
I think it's a little boring. So I might go like a 6.5.
Yeah. Mm, I would give it probably because I do like it, but it's boring. So maybe around a 7 as well. So not too bad, but they could be do better. It's
Yeah.
realist. Definitely. We have honestly talked for way too long. I don't understand
I don't
how
know
we
how
can
we got
talk.
here.
No, and like we haven't even discussed any F1 Academy liveries yet.
We'll like do a little bit of a speed through.
Let's snap it of the
Yeah.
F1. Obviously, of F1 Academy, 10 of the drivers are backed by F1 teams. So we won't be
Yeah.
talking about those because everybody has looked at the F1 liveries too much anyway. So
Exactly.
going through the teams, obviously Prema don't have a Prema identity
No.
here. We all have like Alpine, Mercedes, Aston Martin. So we
Yes.
have to move on to
Yeah.
Rodin Motorsport because there we have the gorgeous, gorgeous but
Gorgeous
cursed.
cursed.
Yeah, exactly. Charlotte Tilbury livery, which is honestly I really do like what they're going for with like the hot lips and the lipstick.
Me too. And it's
Yeah.
very Charlotte Tilbury. The lips are
Mm.
big. I don't really know why it's holding a lipstick in its mouth. That
No,
kind of freaks me out a little bit. If
that's
you
kind of
had the
weird to be
lips
honest.
and like a lipstick next to it, maybe
Yeah,
it's a little
they
bit
they
like. But
they could
it's
do better.
iconic, right?
It really is, I agree. And I do really like having that big makeup brand being a
Yes.
part of Motorsport. That's perfect. Again, Charlotte, please do invite us to stage your car so it doesn't keep
Yes.
crashing every weekend.
Yes.
But honestly, I really do like it because it is iconic. I'll give it a 8 out of 10, which
I'll
like
give it an 8 out of 10 as well.
yeah, that it deserves an 8 out of 10.
Agree.
And then obviously us Campos is all the Red Bull family cars, so nothing
Yes.
to talk about there. So we
No.
move on to MP. Well, honestly, one of my favorite liveries is, and that is kind of biased, because that's the Tommy Hilfiger livery. Honestly, what can
I
be
like
more
it a lot
iconic
as
than
well.
Tommy
It's very
Hilfiger?
Tommy
Yeah,
Hilfiger. Like it's
it
very Tommy
is.
Hilfiger. I like the
Yeah,
colors of Tommy Hilfiger. I like how they're put on the car.
mm,
Um,
I agree.
yeah, I think I quite like red, white, and blue together.
Yeah, honestly, I feel like this is kind of a missed opportunity for other Dutch teams because I do know Dutch is very like, oh, our national color is orange, but look
Yeah,
at the
but look at
colors
your
in your
flag.
flag. Look at your flag, and like, this is what you're missing out on. Like, it looks so great because obviously Tommy Hilfiger is a Dutch brand. So,
Yeah,
like, obviously using that, I feel like it looks very nice. I will give it a 9 out of 10.
I'm gonna give it an 8.5. I also
And I
really
will say, an important note to why I love this livery as well is when we saw it in Jeddah, obviously with them racing when the sun came down during qualifying, they have used a very like glossy, shiny
mm,
paint, which looks so nice in the dark with the
yeah.
lights down. Seeing it in Las Vegas as well will be great because it looks stunning in those conditions.
So
Yeah.
then we move on to another driver from MP, which
Mhm.
is the F1 Academy livery car,
Livery, their own livery.
which I really, really like. I love the colors. I love the
Yeah.
blues and I love the pink. I'm not obsessed with the weird stripes at the back.
No, because I also like it's kind of a weird color with the stripes. One thing is the
What?
stripes in general are weird, but I also
Yeah.
can't really classify what color it is because it can look blue, but to me it kind
It
of
could also
looks
look.
purple.
Yes.
Yeah,
I don't understand it. Like, why? If you took that away, it would just be blue
yeah,
and. Which is blue and
blue
pink,
and
which is the
pink.
F1 Academy's
Yeah,
colors. Like,
exactly. It makes it too busy, the stripes. I don't like that part about the car,
yeah.
to
If
be
they took
honest.
that away, it would be a lot higher for me, but I think I'm just going to
Mm,
give it an 8 because I really do like it.
mm,
The
you do
stripes are just
like it.
weird there.
Yeah, if the stripes had not been there, I would have probably given it an 8 or an 8.5, but I'm so
Yeah.
sorry, the stripes do bring it down to like around a 7 for me,
Yeah.
which is unfortunate because I do really like the other colors and it could have been perfect. They're so
Exactly.
close. But yeah, that brings it down. And now onto a car that I'm actually not sure we're gonna agree on because that's from ARTT. We do have the Puma livery, the
Yes.
Puma livery.
Yeah.
What do we think?
Okay, I love the background color a lot.
Mm,
I
very nice.
think the image is too
Mm,
detailed and gets lost because this car is moving quite fast on track.
mm,
So, like, you can't really see that. But I do
no.
like it. I really love the background colors. That's like the
Yeah.
gradient is very aesthetically pleasing.
Yeah, I will say my main issue with the Puma livery as well is the design of the cat thing.
Yeah,
I don't remember
it's
what
too.
cat
It's
is.
too.
Yeah, the graphic depiction of it, I'm
Mm,
not a fan of. And also, I don't know, it's kind of weird because, to be completely honest, I do think if it was just a cat head, I maybe would be fine with it. But it
yeah.
gets too much when we also get like the claws.
Yeah.
Because it kind of makes sense because it's close to where they have like the air ventilation kind of things. So it's kind
Yes,
of funny
I
to
do
play
see
around
what
with
they
that.
meant. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's just kind of too much because I do agree with the colors look beautiful.
Yeah.
I honestly think that I may prefer the Puma livery from last year because that was not as busy at all.
I agree
Um,
with you.
yeah, and also when we see the race suit that Aurelia has matching the car, I really don't like that. Like there's just something completely
Yeah.
off with that. I feel like
It's
they
not.
could do better.
I agree. I think
Yeah.
there's a lot of potential there.
Hmm. But it's a bit too much,
Yes.
which is very unfortunate because had it just been like based on the color scheme, it would honestly have probably been around a 9 for me. But the
Yeah.
cat really does bring it down. Um,
Yeah.
yeah,
I'm
I
gonna
don't
give
know.
it a 7.5.
Yeah, I was thinking the same. Maybe like a 7,
Yeah.
just like around
Make the,
there.
yeah.
Yeah, which is it's honestly kind of sad because it could have been so good
It has
looking.
a lot of potential.
Really does. And then obviously with the last team being Hitech, I can't talk anymore. We have talked for too long. Hitech TTR. We have two different liveries. For
Yes.
first off, American Express, which honestly I really like. I really
I
like
love.
the blue and white. It's there's
It's a
nothing
very
really
pretty blue
they could have done
and it's a
differently. Yeah,
nice white.
mm,
I can say.
I agree. And what more can you do? Honestly, it's perfect.
They go together
Kind of.
nicely, and I like the placement of the blue, and I like the placement of the
Mm,
white as well.
yes.
I don't see anything wrong with it. I mean, it's not very unique. Like there's
No.
more unique ones out there, but I think it's very aesthetically pleasing.
Yeah, also obviously with the brand being American Express, that is their colors, so I do
Yeah,
really like that. I do like actually that they have put more white on it because if you look on the logo, it's very blue and little
it's very
white.
yeah,
Yeah, so like honestly, I really like the way the colors kind of flow, like
yeah.
as we have talked about with other cars, and I really like the blue. So honestly, I'll probably because it's slightly boring but very nice looking, I'll give it an 8 out of 10.
I'm giving it an 8 as well.
An 8 as well,
Yeah.
because that's what it is. And yeah, obviously the final livery is the Tech Heuer livery.
Yes.
So the watch company.
It's kind of boring.
Yeah, I don't really know what's going on with it because the front obviously is like black going into the red. Just like
Mm.
the way they're put together it looks weird to me.
No, literally. It's not my favorite. It's a bit.
No, and like just like the colors are obviously very simple, but the way they're put together seems weird to me.
It does. And also,
Like
you
how
have
you go
green
from
in your
one color
logo.
to the
Where did the
next.
green go?
The green was just like, nope, I'm not doing it. They heard
Yeah,
us
I'm not
talk
gonna
about
show up.
green on other cars, and they were like, no, you're not doing it. Because I feel like it would have made more sense, but I also maybe it would have looked too busy if the black had been green. Because honestly, I don't understand why so much of it is black when you look at the logo. But like,
I guess maybe it
it's kind
couldn't
of
look
weird.
too much like a Prema if it had the green on it.
True. Maybe
But
that was what they were scared of.
that I'm not
We can't be that
complaining.
iconic. No. I also like it looks like they did do like a watch thing around the number, so I do appreciate that detail.
Yeah, I'm
But in
going
general,
to
I
give
don't
it a
like Tag Heuer a
7.
lot. Yeah.
I'm giving it a 7.
I feel like in general, Tag Heuer, when you're used to seeing like, obviously in F1, it used to be Rolex, it just doesn't have the same aura at
No,
all.
I miss
It's-
Rolex.
I really do as well. Like, please come back, Rolex. I know that Tag Heuer obviously probably paid a lot to take over the spot,
Yeah,
but yeah, this delivery is just not doing it for me, honestly.
no.
I'm like somewhere because it could have been very nice with the color combination. It's just the way it's put together. It's not working for me. So I'm giving it like a 6
Yeah.
out of 10. Yeah.
And
And
obviously
obviously
the
we also,
third.
yeah, with the wild card
Yeah,
changing every
exactly.
round.
So that changes. And it would be
Yeah,
way too long if we went through all of the wild cards that we've had so far.
exactly. It would be. I'll just give an honorable mention to China wildcard card
We
because that was
so
honestly
great.
my favorite. It's so good.
Oh, and her race suit was also like the best.
Yeah, it was perfect. Honestly, I did not expect us to yap this much about car
No,
liveries.
we have
Yeah,
very passionate things to say about these liveries, apparently.
apparently. I hope it wasn't too boring to listen to us
Yes, I
talk about
hope.
it.
Let us know what you think. What
Yeah,
what
we
are our
want to know.
favorites actually? But I feel
Oh
like
yeah, to wrap up, like favorite and least favorite liveries, I feel like we should do a small
yes.
segment on that. I
Okay.
feel like it's pretty clear with favorite, but go on. What was your favorite livery?
So my favorite livery, if we're I'm gonna have to say Prema. I love her.
Yeah,
And then
she's too iconic.
yeah, if we're going least favorite, I'm going AIX.
Mhm.
I'm so-
Yeah, honestly, I would say obviously Prema as well, because as
Mm.
you said, it's the perfect livery. She's iconic. It
Yeah.
has the great identity of the team. And yeah, least favorite, if I can say like a not permanent one, I would probably say Mumbai Falcons.
Oh yeah.
But but if we're like looking at like the core liveries,
Yeah.
based on how I rated the cars, obviously it has to be the turtle car, aka the AIX car.
I'm only
So
gonna
yeah,
call it the turtle car from now on.
yeah, from now on, because it's a turtle. I'm so sorry. It is
Yeah.
like the candy thing. Also, it just is in my mind from now on,
So
which it
please
doesn't have to
let
be a
us
bad
know.
thing.
No, it's not. But let us know what your favorite, what your least favorite. Do you have any controversial opinions? Like, do you hate the Prema livery? Why? If so.
Our opinions just completely washed, and we don't know anything about liveries.
No,
Let
we're
us
not
know.
graphic designers as well, so like.
No. But like, yeah, we really do want to know, so it's not like us speaking to a void.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
are the best and worst liveries in the feeder series? Because I'm sure we will not agree.
Yeah, definitely.
No.
And I mean,
Yeah.
stick around because next weekend is racing in Miami and we have F1 Academy back. So we will be covering that as our usual race weekend roundup.
Yeah.
Follow us on all of our socials. They should be linked wherever you're watching this, wherever. Or just search us. We're some version of Road to Glory podcast on pretty much everything.
Yeah, you should be able to find us, and obviously we make a weekly episode on here. You can come and
Yes.
listen to a watch, and also we should be getting out more additional content on our social media accounts, so
Yes.
never have to miss us too much. We will
No,
be
follow
there.
us on our TikTok. We're very funny over
Yeah.
there, I must say.
We are.
So
Yeah.
yeah, just make sure to follow along. Come back every week, please. And
Please,
tune in.
please do.
Yeah.
Yeah, for more fun content.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.